Hello YouTubers, in this short video I'm sharing with you this lentils recipe. Is extremely delicious, plus I will share with you a way that I like to serve it for my children. So if this sounds interesting to you, keep on watching. To make our lentils recipe, I have all my ingredients prepped here all ready to go. I have here some stock. It is a beef stock that I made. I have my lentils here that I have washed. I have some carrots that I have cut in here, and in here I have 4 total carrots. I have 3 of the orange ones and then 1 of the yellow one washed and diced. I have some bacon here that I took out of the freezer. In this small bowl I have 2 small onions and some garlic that I have diced up. I have a little bit of leeks that I have also cut. I have my oil. And this is just some chopped coriander. I will use that later towards the end. Okay, so don't forget I'm going to leave the full recipe in the description box below. You just click on the arrow that says show more and you will find a link to my website where I have all the recipes, all the ingredients listed and the process to make it as well. So let me turn you to the pot and we will start cooking. Okay, so this is my pot and I'm turning my burner on. We are going to start by putting a little bit of oil in here. That is about 2 tablespoons of oil that I just put in there. And I have my heat on medium high. I'm going to add in my chopped garlic and onion. This is a very delicious recipe, as I say in all my recipe videos, because of course I only make the best dishes. My children are kind of picky, so we will just let this saute until the onion turns a bit translucent and we will start adding the other ingredients to it. So for this lentil recipe, you can serve it, I'm going to serve it with some sweet potato mash, but you can serve it with some rice. You can serve it with just some normal boiled potatoes that you saute a bit in some butter. You can serve with anything. You can even make it like a sauce and then serve it with some spaghetti as well. If you want to see a recipe on how I do my beans bolognese, let me know when I will do it, okay? So we will just wait till this turns translucent, like I said, and then we'll start adding the other ingredients. Oh, I'm sorry, I just realized I thought I was filming the part that I added the lentils to it, but something told me to check on my camera and I realized that it wasn't filming. So after sauteing the onion, I'm sorry about that. All I did was I just added the lentils to it. And I am sauteing the lentils to coat it in the oil, and I've done this for like 2 minutes, and you want to stir constantly so the bottom doesn't burn. And now I'm going to add my liquid to it. So I'm going to add, this is a liter, but I'm not going to add it all at a time. 1 cup. Okay, so I have added about 3.5 cups right now, and I'm going to let this cook. I'm just scraping the ones that got stuck to the sides of the pot in there for them to all cook evenly. Okay, there we go. Now I'm going to add my bacon to it at this point. Oops, sorry, it just fell. I'm going to add my bacon to it. The bacon is in. You can skip the bacon if you don't like bacon or if you don't want to, or you can just take a smaller amount. I took about 5 centimeters long of a slice of bacon. And now that everything is in, what we are going to do is we are going to cover our pot with the lid, and we will turn it on a low heat, not a high, like medium to low. have it bubbling just a little bit. If not, it's going to boil over. And another thing I would advise is just let your lid leave a little bit of space there so it evaporates. And I'm putting mine on 8, and I'm going to let it cook for about, I'll check it between 25 to 30 minutes, and then I will add my carrots and the leek to it. So I will come back to you and show you how it looks like when we get to that stage. Okay, so it's been about 15 minutes, and I'm going to check this because I have seen that the water has reduced a lot. I mean the stock, sorry. Anyway, you can use water as well. You can use vegetable stock, you can use chicken stock, just any stock that you have handy, or just water will do fine. Now I'm going to add the remaining. And it has been cooking for 15 minutes now. Now I'm going to add my carrots. You don't want to put the carrots in too early because they will get too mushy. I like to have a little bit of, not crunch, but like a little bit of texture in it. So we'll give this a stir. And you don't need a lot of spices here. What I'm going to, what I find a definitely must in lentils is to have some cloves and, some, how do they call that? Here in Cumin, I think. Here in Austria, we call it Cumin. We call it Cumin. I cannot find mine. Where do I have mine? Oh, I found it. So here in Austria, we call it Cumin, and we have two kinds. Sorry, I'm all over the place. Okay, so I have a grounded one, or you can, I have a grounded one, hope you can see, and then I have one like the seeds itself as well. You can use both. Sometimes I use the seeds one because my husband likes like biting into those, but today I'm just going to use the grounded one. And we will need half a teaspoon of cumin, okay, as you will call it, cumin. We call it here in Austria Cumin. Okay, so that is half a teaspoon roughly. And I forgot to mention, I had to turn my heat down a bit more because I had it on 8 and I turned it down to 5 because it was boiling a bit too hard. And you want this to cook slowly because that is where you get all the flavors like combining nicely. Okay, I've stirred. Yeah, good amount of cumin. Going to put in a little bit of black pepper. If you have a toddler, then please be careful with the pepper. And children love this, okay? You can, if a child is from 8 months, 10 months, you can like incorporate lentils to their meals gradually. Not a lot of it because it makes you gassy. And little children like that cannot handle it. So just incorporate it maybe once a week, a little bit of lentils with some brown rice. Yeah. So now we are going to let this cook for like another 5 minutes, and that will make it 20 minutes, and we'll see if it's completely done. Also, I forgot to mention, I used the kind of lentils that they have been sliced in half. Let me show you what I mean. If you do get the kind that are whole, then you might have to cook, then you will have to cook it a bit longer. But if you get the ones that have been sliced, it's like they are tiny, but they have been sliced, then those cook really fast, okay? I don't expect someone to be cooking and being in the other room. You will be cooking and keeping your eye on the food so you will know when it's done, so you don't like extremely overcook it or you don't undercook it. Okay, so we'll come and check it in 5 minutes. Okay, so it's been 5 minutes already, and I'm going to check this. It's really sunny out, so I hope it's not making you see what I'm doing properly. Now we are going to add our leeks to it, and this is basically done. You see how easy this recipe is? But trust me, it is so good. You have no idea. You have to try it, and then you will believe me. So give it a good stir. You don't need to cook it any longer. Just turn off your burner, take it off the heat, and let it just sit. And the heat will soften the leeks a little bit, and it's ready to be served. I will show you how I'm serving this. Like I said, today I'm going to have it with some sweet potato mash. And if you want to know how I make my sweet potato mash with no strings in it, you know, I love sweet potato mash, but I hate the fact that it has a lot of strings in it, like rope thing. And so I have a secret. If you want to see how I get that sweet potato without with little to no strings in them, let me know in the comment section and I will share that with you. So I'm going to clean up a bit and then I will show you the finished dish. Okay, see you soon. So our lentils are done, and this is how I served it. I don't know if you saw that I didn't add any salt when I was cooking it. It's because my stock had enough salt. I mean, when I make the stock, I do put salt in it. So there was no need for me to add extra salt. So put that in mind. If you are using just water, you will need to put your salt in according to how you want it. But I will advise that if you're eating with your children, please limit the salt, because too much salt is not good for you. And so here, my 2 ways of serving. This is your normal lentils. As you can see, I just garnished it with some of the coriander that I had chopped there. And you can eat this, as I said, with some rice, with some normal potatoes, sauteed, cooked and then sauteed in butter. You can have it with some good homemade bread. And here, this is how I serve it for my children. They love hot dog. I know hot dog isn't good for you. And I mean, we should introduce our kids to healthy foods. I recommend that. But every now and then, I also let them indulge. I also allow them to indulge a little bit, and I make them the hot dogs. So if you have a toddler and you're going to serve it like this with the hot dog, please cut them very, very tiny so he or she doesn't choke on them. And so yeah, here you have it. My best way of cooking lentils that children love. And I mean, grown-ups love it. This is like, my husband eats this. If I allow him, he will eat it every single day. But I don't allow him because too much beans makes you all fatty and stuff. So anyway, thank you so much for watching this video. I hope that you enjoyed it and that you learned something from it. And if you do not know this recipe already and you are seeing it on my channel for the first time, make sure you give this video a like. Do not forget to subscribe if you haven't already. I think at the time I'm making this video, I have 50 subscribers. I am shooting for 100 subscribers by the end of this month, September. I hope I'm not being too ambitious, but yeah, I will be very happy if I reach that. And so thank you for watching, subscribe, and I will see. And oh, make sure you do this recipe and let me know in the comment section below how it turns out for you, whether you love it or if you have some ideas and ways that you like to prepare lentils, let me know as well. And if you like me to show you more ways that I cook these lentils and like the different ways that I serve them, also let me know in the comment section and I will do those videos. Thank you. Stay blessed and be careful. Bye.